Hey, so here we're gonna grab Tiger. I think both of these are actually fairly decent options. I think Tiger's a little bit stronger. Mask is an interesting one, I think, and we might end up. We have enough for 2 heroes now, almost 3. Yeah, not really almost 3. Close to 3. Close to 2.5. So then we're gonna go with Tiger. I still haven't tried Sahua, but I'm not super excited about a power that kicks in that late. This is really strong early. It just means you win a lot of fights with the +2 health, but doubling your early treasures is really strong. There's especially some of them that seem to. I don't want to buy this, but okay, that's correct. So I think instead we're going to see more stuff. Does this thing do anything here? So we're looking for a 2-cost treasure. If only we got credit for buying this to flip that already. I'll probably let it roll. We're looking for a 1-cost treasure so we can spend our gold efficiently. Because we're not going to have 4 gold next turn. We just don't have a slay or anything. Yeah, doubling some of your early treasures, especially the ones that have abilities. Oh, they had nothing. That's interesting. Can, really give you some wild options. And I actually don't like any of these, so I am going to just roll. Grab this. Yes, if we had one more. I wonder if it's worth. Our treasures are doubled. Huh, that's interesting. Is it ever worth it here to do that? Just take 2 damage to get a proc on this? I don't think so, although it'd be interesting to think about the extreme version of that. If I could pay 8 life to immediately get a doubled treasure, would I do that? I think the answer to that's also no, but I don't know, these things are worth, thinking about. If the gold held over, I definitely would. Huh, maybe, yeah, very large dwarf that still just trades with one thing. Okay, so we already have one of these. Oh no, we don't have one of these. We already have a bunch of princesses. Huh. So this is the best card, I think. Although a combination of this and this gives us a reasonable chance to slay. I'm sort of into that. We could go like this. We're not buying a treasure this turn, which is unfortunate. And yeah, unfortunately we just keep seeing these after we saw both our princesses. And not alongside another princess. Obviously if we saw a second one of these and this, we would just grab those. We'll see if we can get the sleigh. Maybe that gives us enough to stop buying some treasures. We do want to flip this. Getting, treasures early on have double value. Oh, we do get a sleigh. Perfect. Huh. Okay. Oh well, that got buffed right at the end, so they got the sleigh and the victory. I guess good for them. That transforms that. I think we do want this. We're definitely going to cast a spell. We'll buff this, it'll buff this, change it into something else, which means it will buff us. Let's see what we get here. Another cat? Okay. And this does start to get interesting. So what if we do... Huh, I'm thinking of spending this right here. Or we do this, and see if... The problem is I don't think we have anything that's going to survive attacks right now. But this is better going forward than this, I think. These aren't going to really survive, so yeah, I think we'll do this. And maybe we'll find some kind of backdoor way to getting these things to survive. And this has 1 attack, which means it's easier for its attack to grow, because it can attack into things. Oh wow, these are... we're not going to get a lot done here, turns out. Yeah, wow. So we'll hit that, and then this will finish us off. Wow, that was just a very big cat, because I think it's died a couple times, and then it also had access to 2 supports. Well, we found some... Okay, we're definitely going this. And... Huh. And I really want to cast one of these. I wonder if we just buy this and cast one of these, not intending to play it. Is that the idea? Or we could buy this, sell something, and play it on this. giving us some extra gold. Yeah, I think that might be the play actually. We'll do this, cast this on this, trigger that, trigger that. These get a little bit smaller, as does this. I don't know if that means we put this up here. But this is big, so hopefully get the 2 gold. You know, we're probably spending 1 gold to hopefully get, I mean, that's the idea. Spend 1 gold to hopefully get the 2 gold. And we're pretty strong in this fight. +3/+3 is very strong for a single fight. We're getting closer to tipping this over, and we have 2 things that can slay. Maybe this is better up front, just sort of take some hits. No, I just really managed to switch a bunch of things at once. It looks like, oh, we're gonna lose this fight, so. Yeah. Wow, that's just, yeah, I mean, anything they get upgraded, this is even flipped, but anything they upgraded becomes pretty powerful. Grab this. I wonder if it's worth casting a spell. It costs us our entire turn, but gets us 1 closer. I don't think so here. Do we have anything that's a monster? This is a monster. Yeah, what if we grab this, sell this, buff it? It becomes a 4/4. These still have a decent chance to slay. We get to cast our spell. I think that's what we want to do. So anytime these hit, this will grow. This is a permanent buff. And yeah, we really want to hit some treasures. That's why we, you know, keeping these gives us a chance to hit a 3 treasure, get it doubled. There's a lot of 3 treasures that if they're doubled are fairly substantial this early in the game. You know, even a 2/2 buff. You know, there's the, I think Power Orb is a 1/1 buff. If you get the 2/2 buff, it's pretty strong. There's some other ones that, you know, probably like the one that gives like +10 attack probably isn't great because you're gonna, you know, probably be able to, you know, slay anything with just 10 attack. But the 20 health I think scales fairly well, and you could just put a, you know, anything with a reasonable, even a 5, if this becomes a 5/24, becomes pretty hard to get through. So there are options. Okay, we got a slay, meaning that got buffed. They have a pretty big board. We'll get a second slay actually. I don't think we're gonna win the fight, but especially if that happens. Wow, so they did have a pretty strong board. I'm all the way down to 16 health. I didn't think we were doing that poorly, but down to 16 health. Okay, so we're gonna grab this. We might just grab this. So if we had any dragons, we'd get the 10/10 dragon. We're gonna grab this when we trigger slay, get extra gold, I think. It will give us a ton of gold. I sort of just want to look for giant dragons. Huh. So this doubles the treasures. I think that means this triggers twice. That's interesting. This gives us a lot of health and gold. And this does a lot if we can triple the pigs. I sort of like this because we get the gold off this thing. I think we might get this. We're low on health. Basically getting 6 health is very good. Anything interesting? I think this might be good here. It's not great, but I think the situation we're in means that we sort of have to just make a move quickly because we took so long. Well, that was sort of an unfortunate hit, as was that. Just a really series of unfortunate hits here. Yeah, looks like we'll lose this fight as well and take some damage from this. Okay, but we'll get 6 back, so we'll have a ton of gold on this turn. So let's figure out if there's anything we want to do with it. Well, we really do have a ton of gold. Here's a slay character. Yeah, this is probably good. We have things that, you know, activate when they have slay. I think it's too late for us to grab that. This is interesting. Oh, yeah, if only we seen the dragons in time. Wow, More dragons. We could grab this and go for, you know, a bigger treasure soon. We do have one dwarf. I just don't think that's what we're playing for right now. Okay, we have a couple things that are pretty good to grab, and we'll grab this spell. Okay, we'll hit this. I think that's better than the pigs in this situation. Huh. So we're gonna want this, I think. Can we sell things to get there? Or do we just pause? We're gonna put this in. Can we get this in? It will die immediately. We're not gonna put it in this round then, because it will just die immediately. We'll put this in back. Do we love this Chupacabra? I don't know if we love it, but I think it's worthwhile. Try to get some more slays going. Wow, so yeah, we're just running into boards that are much stronger than us. Is the issue we keep running into. Wow, and that was the one it doesn't kill. Oh, are we gonna get knocked out here? We might get knocked out here. They're already at level 6. Down to 1. Wow. What a strong board they had. Okay, so we'll sell a couple things. I think we sell one of these. We'll grab this. We just want things that take effect immediately because we're not going to survive very long. I think we do this. I don't even think it's worth going for that. It honestly might be worth selling. Can I reasonably sell the dwarf? I think I'm just buying this. Yeah, I think we will put this on this. We'll bump you up front, put you back. Not, I'm not stoked about that, but this isn't very strong. But the dwarf isn't very strong either, and I think we're just sort of in trouble here. Might be an early game. Oh yeah. Oh, that took out 2 things. Yeah, unfortunately it looks like we're just gonna get taken down here. Oh, unless because they have... Oh wow, so they're getting punished so hard for having these little supports. Because this just got to attack in between every one of those. Wow, we got pretty lucky. We have 19 gold. I think this is probably worthwhile. I think we'll grab the mummy. Grab this, keep going. We would like to do this, I think. So I think we'll pause here. What if we do this? I think we'll move these around too. We want to take out their back line. I think we want something like this. So the idea is that we immediately hit that back line for 4, and then we, their entire board. But the Avella, has things they might try to, hide in the back line, the evil characters, to get buffed by the little animals. So if we can, take out, oh, this only hits back row, I didn't realize that. So yeah, if we can take out that back line early, might give us an advantage. That might just be too late for us either way, but we're trying to make the plays most likely to get us there. And yeah, everyone's 5. We didn't gain any extra XP, although Merlin's 6. I think Merlin was 6 when we were 4 though. Merlin just seemed to have gained a ton of extra XP. Okay, so they sort of have a... these were some fortunate attacks for us. And yeah, I think we're gonna take this one down. So we're still alive somehow. And we're gaining a ton of gold. I think we grab this again. Now we're playing the first place person, so winning streak might be coming to a close. I think we'll take this because it is an immediate buff. Actually gives that quite the buff. Okay, we'll take this. Tripling another character. Okay, so this I think is going to be better. Oh, this is very nice. Oh, so we're going to miss out on a ton of gold. But I think this is going to be better than this. Oh, maybe it's better than this. I mean, obviously combat-wise, that other character was better. We'd love some health here. I don't think we can do that. And I think we're going to go like this. We have an all-ranged backline. Again, I don't know if that's great. I wonder if it's better to put a ranged character up front even. But again, we're not going to do that. We're going to just hope that we've thrown around so much damage. I don't know what they have. I remember them, if they have upgraded characters, they're going to be pretty big, but we will throw around 6 damage every time something dies. They do have a pretty big board. Yeah, I hope it's just going to be the evil characters in the back, or the ranged characters in the back, who are also evil, will just be big enough to take down this Juliet, which it looks like they will be. Yeah. So we've survived all the way down to there only being, 6 people left. Our board definitely got stronger. We did turn it on a... is it worth... See, I think since we have too much gold, we can actually look for treasure, not treasures, but we can look for spells that help us. Okay, we'll grab it. See what the 4 is. Unfortunately, none of these really buff anything that we're looking for. We keep getting scrolls. I mean, maybe scrolls are where it's at. I just don't. Just not too excited about them. I think we might just buff this. I think we're gonna keep rolling. We're basically just looking for one of these. Huh, nothing. Unfortunately, yeah, we didn't find a better treasure. This isn't evil. I wonder if it's better just to have an evil character in. Yeah, we could move this up and have, yeah, that might be better. This might be a mistake here, but that's a little too late. Okay, so yeah, throwing around a lot of, 3 damage procs is very strong this early. Oh, and we're getting some slay buffs. Yeah, we are scaling quite well. We did knock another person out. This is very, very strong with the tiger buff. Okay, to the point that I think I want this. I think we'll cast this on this. It does buff this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move one of the ranged characters up. Oh, do we just cast this? I think we do. That might just be wild and silly here, but... Okay, and then we sell this, right? And yeah, I think we do sell this and buy this. The idea being that we go something like this. And put another one of these. What do we want? Something like this. Yeah, so I think the... wait, what did I... No. Yeah, okay, definitely keep this in. The idea here being that this is a thing that is keeping us in the game. And this is also, if we get spawns in front of this spot, this also is relevant. So, what we want to do. Actually, let's just put this in front, this here, and then we can put this here. So we're gonna just hit something big. The idea is that we'll just get as many spawns as possible and throw around as much damage as possible. This is funny, they also have a very large. Oh, they have almost 6 treasure, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna throw around some damage, and it looks like, unless this book is really, really strong. Wow, they are getting a lot of procs. Wow, that triggered already. Yeah, I think we're gonna crush them here actually, because we just have so many triggers. And we knocked them out of the game, doing 20 damage. Wow, that's huge. I'm sure everyone realizes. So, casting a spell here, we didn't get any slay triggers, interestingly. So we don't have just the infinite gold that we used to. I think in this case we're just looking for like a polymorph. Not even gonna bother with these. This is powerful, we could put it up front. Maybe it's just better than this. Well, this throws around so much damage that I think it might be better. Oh, you know, we're throwing damage around in general, so just the... Is it nothing? Oh, there's a polymorph. Can we sell? Yeah, this is 4 right here. 1, 2, 3. We'll grab the polymorph. So, I mean, the idea is just we need to stay alive for every round, so we'll just try to maximize this. We don't know what they have. They're more likely to have higher attack than defense, which means that throwing around 6 damage every time something dies, you know, can be effective. It's maybe better to put the pumpkin in the back. Yeah, oh no, they just have dwarfs. Okay, throwing around damage is actually going to be ineffective against that thing. So, oh, taking that out is huge because now throwing around damage is worthwhile. So this should fill up the board again. So this might be a problem, although we are going to spawn. This does fill up the board with upgraded minions, which means that we do a lot of damage to people when we, you know, if we beat them. See, we did 19 damage. Okay, I mean, I was gonna hope they played each other and we could escape with a, Okay, I think we're gonna look for a polymorph. Yeah, we found one. I mean, it's not worth grabbing health, it doesn't do anything. What if these are better than this? Yeah, probably, right? Move this to the back, go something like this. So we lose out on the sleigh, obviously. But that's not our plan anymore. And, oh, we found another one finally. And the idea is just to throw around as many of these as possible. And just, yeah, we'll just put as much damage. I think, were they going princesses? Or is that Merlin? That might have been Merlin. And dwarfs is tough for us because of the angry. We really need to knock that off right away. If we play the angry again, we won't put the mummy in, I think. Okay, polymorph in the Juliet is huge because it means they don't get the spawn. That was an unfortunate attack for us. So yeah, they won't get the spawn off this. I think we have a decent shot. But yeah, the idea here is just that these pings are just pretty substantial when you just have tons of spawning. And now our front row is clear if this dies, so now if this dies even, although this is going to get taken out, and we're actually going to deal, what, 30 damage, 25 damage to them? Not 30, but near max damage. This was the only thing. I think 27 is the max, right? 21 plus this, and we got pretty close. Medusa is pretty good versus buff dwarfs. I think we might just consider that. And we could really use a polymorph. Well, that looks like we're past that point. This would be interesting to consider, but yeah, I think what we could do is sell this and buff this. The reason being it will kill, it buffs this a little bit and it will kill their character when it attacks, so it won't eat any more of these shots. You know, we could just run into trouble with the Angry again. If it keeps getting hit, it will buff everything 4/4. So hopefully other things get hit instead. But this might just be a bad matchup for us, and that's fine. We could have got knocked out in 8th, and we battled all the way to 2nd. Yeah, oh, this is already huge. Oh, they have 2 Angries now? Wow. Yeah, this is going to be impossible for us, I think, unless we're able to grab a bunch of Medusas. It'd be great if this would attack this, but no such luck. So what we need to do is have these transform into just a pile of Medusas and apple bombs. Well, we did get 1 apple bomb. Yeah, unfortunately, every time these are hit, they get just a world of buffs, which is very strong. And this is a 500 attack. The only way this dies is if we get a Medusa or an apple bomb. We will fill the board with upgraded minions. Oh, we got 1 Medusa. The book could transform something. Oh, or it could just buff their entire board. Yeah, so this one doesn't look to be going in our favor. And yeah, unfortunately we attacked with this, meaning this is the only thing left to be attacked. So yeah, we're going to lose this. We're actually going to lose this really badly. We have really a terrible matchup against 2 upgraded Angries. But I think this was still a great game where we really could have finished very poorly. This power showed a ton of strength with this. And we got our first win of the day instead of a, 8th place loss. So I don't think it's anything to be too upset about. We, found a comp that maybe not the strongest, but turned into something worthwhile. Obviously having this at the end of the game, past the point of slays meant that we were just sort of messing around, but we had, 20 gold on some turns, and that really allowed us to transition the comp well. So this was a great game.